wants to study anything.
My mom told me that I needed to go outside and take a look at some frog eggs that I had found a couple days before. And whenever I went out there, I found a garter snake eating my frog eggs, but I was ecstatic, so that was the first snake I ever found or caught, and ever since then I've just been obsessed with snakes. The Fulbright program I heard about because one of my other lab mates, Stu Nielsen, actually when I arrived was beginning his Fulbright. And so he told me about the program, that it was a really good way to, well, obviously to do what we want to do, which is research. It's difficult to find programs that actually fund research in, all over the world like Fulbright does. And I chose Ethiopia mainly because it's a region in northern Africa that there aren't herpetologists working in right now. There's a few people that study particular frogs and things like that, but there's no herpetologist at Ethiopia's federal university, and very little is known about the fauna in Ethiopia. My research study, I'm going to be comparing snake communities from two different sites. One site is in the Bale Mountains, where the community there doesn't have very many different species of snakes, but they're almost all endemic to Bale. So that means they're found there, but nowhere else anywhere in the world. And I'm comparing that community with a lowland community that has lots of species of snakes, so many different species, but they're all really common throughout most of sub-Saharan Africa. So I'm wanting to learn, what I study for my PhD in general is community assembly in snakes. So why you have different snake communities in different places and what processes lead to that. So in Ethiopia, I'm kind of comparing this really species-poor community, but all endemics, to a very species-rich community of very common things, and kind of what leads to that. So that's what I'm most excited about, is getting in the field and finding snakes. The application process is, so it's a long process. It took, I think, better than 7 or 8 months for me to actually be notified that I received it. But the application itself is really short. And so you have a lot that you want to say about what you're going to do over an 8 to 10 month period of time, but you've only got 2 pages to say it. So you really have to be very clear and concise with your point, why your proposed research should be funded, why Fulbright should be interested in you, and you've also got to give a little bit of background about yourself, the type of person you are. I'm just getting started, but it's been nothing but a positive experience for me so far. Really, the only hard thing has been just waiting to hear, because it is a long process whenever you're waiting, but I think it's a really, really positive, good thing. Anybody who's interested in doing research somewhere in the world should definitely think about it.